We're calling the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can you call attendance, please?
Member Steele?
Here.
Member Lyon Welch? Here. Member Frederick? Here. Member Billsborough? Absent. Member Holbrook?
Here.
Member Dean? Here. Member Lake?
Here. Thank you. Next, we have the request for public participation forms. I have one here. Mrs. Rogers, you're up.
That's me.
You get 3 minutes.
Supposed to stand up, sit?
Yeah, you can sit or stand, whatever you want. You can use the podium.
That's really formal.
He might be able to come up with a microphone.
I'm really good with this. Obviously, I know this portion is not a back and forth, but I do just want to bring, I'm a parent for a first grader at Max Larson. I just want to bring some concerns as a parent up. I'm sure we're all aware of what's going on in our country. I'm sure we're all aware of what ICE is. So as a parent, I would like to know if and what the school has in place for a safety plan for the students, and if and what that safety plan is. These are just a couple things that as a parent, I'm concerned about, that I'm hoping you guys address in that plan. One, the pickup and drop-off line. I know the schools can dictate who can and cannot come into the buildings. However, I sit in that line for about 40 minutes every day in the morning and in the afternoon, and I observe a lot. So there's a lot that could happen, potentially happen. What are we doing in place to protect the students and the parents that are in that line? Also in that line, I'm also observing all the students that are walking around. So the surrounding areas, those streets that students are walking to and from. What are we doing to keep them safe as they're transporting back and forth to school on foot? And then the last part, my son's in first grade, I mentioned that already. And at the level of first grade, he's come home in the last couple weeks and shared some very outrageous and disgusting by nature terms that have come out of other kids' mouths. Granted, my son is privileged, he's white, he's a white male, so he doesn't have them targeted at him. However, he's a child that is educated on how to be nice, how to be kind, that everybody matters. So when he hears those conversations, it's a lot of conversations at home of, that's not right, we're correcting it. Now, Max Larson's an amazing school, Justice has an amazing teacher, and I love the principal there. So I have no concerns about how those situations are being handled. But at first grade, this is happening. So I can imagine middle school, high school, my son's not on those playgrounds, but those threats, those conversations, I can imagine from those students with larger vocabs are much bigger. So at Max Larson, it's behavior support, but I'm using that terminology because I'm not an educator. So I'm just wondering what behavior supports are in place for both the students that might be receiving those threats or those comments or those disgusting just statements. And then also what's in place for those students that might be making those threats where it's, kind of regurgitated from their parents or whatever it might be. And definitely Paul would love to set up some type of follow-up. Obviously as a parent and somebody that's coming to the board meeting, I'm not just bringing this to you guys, so what can I do? How can I help educate? How can I help communicate with my kid? How can I be somebody, a resource for you guys to say, hey, we need somebody to stand in the corner, whatever that looks like. As a parent, this is something that matters to me. So I want to make sure that every kid has a safe transition into school, even when there's this craziness going on in our world. So certainly would like a follow-up meeting or whatever I can do to be of help to you guys as well.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
You mentioned ICE.
Yes.
And you also mentioned, when you mentioned the pickup line, is that their vulnerability, thank you, Ed, in those situations, separate from the playground chatter?
Yes, yep,
Okay.
so kind of two separate issues. Yep,
Right.
I definitely think there's, like I said, I'm aware that kids are repeating stuff. My son's came home and he's, explained that back. So that's in first grade, their vocab's much different. I can only imagine what, as the grades go up. So that,
Okay.
I want to make sure that the school is addressing the students that are getting those comments made to them, that there's somebody in the school that looks, speaks, talks the way that they do so they feel comfortable coming to somebody. And I also want to make sure that the school is addressing those situations so it's not okay. We don't tolerate those comments. And then also, yes, the pickup line. we.
I agree. Yes.
That is a vulnerable spot for me, where as
Yes.
a parent and as somebody who again is passionate about this, I'm struggling thinking about what will I do if there's not a plan in place and ICE shows up in the pickup line. Well, what am I gonna do? And I am, like I said, privileged. I'm white. I don't have the same issues that I feel some of our neighbors do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
seriously, thank you.
Gave her an extra 2 minutes.
Well, she just,
I
It's
talk
a really
so
important
fast.
issue.
I
I
talk
think
so fast.
this is a big issue.
It's a, yeah, it's a
Thank
big
you.
deal.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, next we have the approval of minutes from January 26th. Is there a motion?
So, support?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Any agenda additions or deletions?
No.
Discussion item? No?
Nope.
Next, we have an action item, recommendation to approve the school bond election resolution. Coldwater Community Schools, Branch County, Michigan. A special meeting of the Board of Education in the district was held today. In the opinion of the board, it is necessary and expedient to ask voters whether to approve a bond project consisting of erecting, furnishing, and equipping additions to the high school, remodeling, re-equipping, and furnishing and refurnishing the high school and bus garage for installing instructional technology and preparing, developing, and improving sites. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
Is this the final, like, and after this, it gets right on the ballot?
Yeah, so this language that you're approving tonight that's been written by the district's attorneys, being approved tonight will go to the county clerk as the official language to be put on the May ballot. And coincidentally, tomorrow's the deadline.
Oh, that was
So that's why we had to
Good.
have the meeting tonight.
All right, good deal.
Yes,
Quincy's having a meeting tonight, too.
and for the exact same reason.
Yes. Roll call vote.
Member Holbrook,
Yes.
Member Steele,
Yes.
Member Dean,
Yes.
Member Billsborough, absent. Member Lane Welch,
Yes.
Member Frederick,
Yes.
Member Lake.
Yes. Motion passes. Next, the regular meeting of the Coldwater Board of Education will take place on February 23rd, 2026 at 6 o'clock in the evening at the Administrative Service Center. We are adjourned.